for Hazel from Uncle Lloyd. Peace, dear sister. Stillness fills this morning's air while the owl hoots. The insects sing with staccato twittered rhythms sung with rests so brief that the bass line to their music tracks a continuous flow to the air. The stillness heard is not the lack of sound. The hooting owl sounds penetrate an encompassing veil of tranquility. Nature's tempestuous forces of wind and rain were silenced then, much unlike the roaring sounds that made quivering branches bow before it, and blared and blasted the open skies that rained across the heavens as bolts of lightning lit my tiny house up. On that rugged hill, rolling clouds thundered, then bellowed another bass line against the backdrop of crashing rains that sung with the windy force of God's awesome power. Humankind can be forgiven for thinking of it as a striking violence. You were there in all these signs. I imagine what an exalted way it was to announce your answer to God's call. That was a few short days ago, my love, on an emerging morn, floating news of another ascending moon. In the quiet of this morning's dawn, my thoughts revert upon you. The birds have long begun to stir themselves about their chores. A routine commitment, they are willed to meet with unwavering obedience, blissfully singing, winging, and flitting through those skies to their lives' short destinations, not unlike humankind, catching a worm, an insect pest, but always a supple twig to build a nest. The owl's bass line hooting is silent now. Sleepy dawn once more surrenders to her plight of light. The flesh abides, the spirit lingers on for another hour or two. In this dense calm of breaking light, I affirm my freer love for you. Another full moon deceptively rose itself up in the dark of night. Things transform themselves from form to form, essence remains unchanged. Meanwhile, life everlasting marches on to her eternal triumphs. And mind, tethered to spirit, beckons us to seek truth. For in their unity we may chance to find, in what little that's left behind, that there is beauty too in eternal peace. That there is beauty too in eternal peace. The end.